It's raining, it's pouring, and I'm locked in the shed full of little scooters, but the build must continue. Today, we complete the assembly on this motor here. It is a Minarelli 3KJ jog engine, and we have just fitted a Stage 6 50cc street race cylinder to it. And we are putting it in this bike here, a Yamaha Passola. Alright, if you are new here and you're just catching up, the build so far, we've got ourselves a 1981 Yamaha Passola that had a blown engine, low compression. It was not going anywhere. And that's when I had the fantastic idea to take this engine from a flooded Yamaha jog and put it into that Yamaha Passola. And today the build continues. We've got all this stuff here ready to go in that engine. We've got stator, we've got clutch bell, we've got clutch, we've got variator, we've got belts, we've got carburetor, we've even got brakes and starter motor stuff, and also a very cool exhaust. So we've got to get cracking. We've got to get all this stuff here into that engine, and then that engine into that bike. We may even get the bike started by the end of this episode. We've had 3 days of crappy weather, full on rain. It's raining now, and it's scheduled to rain again tomorrow. It's possible, but not probable, but let's get into the build.
Here is the Stage 6 reed valves when compared to the original rusty reed valves. Now I'm using a thin coat of Honda Bond to ensure a perfect seal. The intake manifold is a Polini 360 degree, as in this case I need to face the carburetor forward due to space issues. Once the crank seals were inserted, I pressure tested the engine, and in this case it held 6 psi for 12 minutes. It's good to go.
Moving on now to variator, and this time we have the Stage 6 Sport Pro. In the box, it's got a set of weights, it's got a spring, and all this is designed to be used with the stock cylinder and the Stage 6 Pro replica exhaust, which is exactly what we got, except for we've got the street race cylinder in there. So it should be a match made in heaven, I hope. Let's unbox it and put it on the engine.
The original stator was absolutely destroyed, so I'm replacing it with this brand new Motorforce unit. Funny enough though, the original flywheel, that was okay. All it needed was a quick tidy up to be used again.
A little bit of an update for you on the progress so far. So things have slowed down quite a considerable amount. As what often happens with these builds, when I get things that are so poor condition, the smallest job can take the longest of time. I give you this. This is a bearing from the transmission within the case. Now you can see, put it up to the screen, that inside it, that's bread. So what I do is I've got this bearing here that I cannot get out. This one right there. So you press bread inside it, you compress it, you use it like a hydraulic press, and in this case you hammer in an 8mm bolt, and the pressure forces the bearing out. This one here, I've spent 4 hours trying to get this bearing out. I just cannot get it out. So what I've done is I've JB welded up the holes. In here I've got the bread, and I'm going to have another go at it. Hopefully I can get it out this time, because this is holding up a lot of stuff. The motor would be in the bike right now if it wasn't for this one little guy here. right, we're at a point now where this engine build is coming to a close. We've got the carburetor on. It's a CP19 Polini, and I've currently got a Polini pod filter on. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. We may change it to something else, but it's on there for the time being. Moving on now to the clutch and clutch bell. So we've got the Stage 6 Sport Pro clutch bell. Haven't given this guy a go before, so I'm keen to check it out. And here we've got the Stage 6 Racing clutch bell. Again, haven't tried either of these guys, but I think the combination with the Stage 6 50cc street race cylinder should be perfect. Let's whack these guys in, and then we can whack the engine into the frame. We're that much closer. Engine is in and it's looking sensational. It all just goes straight together really easy. I'm really pleased with the way it all works. But this thing here, this blue thing on the bottom of the shock absorber, is driving me mental. I hate it. I don't like it at all. So we're going to replace the whole lot with a longer shock absorber. So we'll strip down the bodywork, replace the shock absorber, and then we're going to move on to the next challenge. Shock absorber is in. It's looking awesome back here, but unfortunately for me, it feels like I've gone a couple of steps backwards to where I was before to come forwards, but we've also rebuilt a whole engine in that space. My next challenge on this bike is this stuff here. Alrighty, so my biggest challenge here is this bike here originally was a 6-volt bike in terms of the wiring harness, its engine, everything operated off 6-volt. But this motor here came out of a 12-volt bike, so it needs 12 volts. So a big challenge, and the easiest way I've come up with it is to buy a complete harness from a 3KJ jog. This harness will bolt straight into that engine, but it will not bolt straight into the bike. There is a massive amount of difference, namely is the ignition. I want to keep the original ignition switch. The other thing is, where all the things mounted for on the original bike, they don't work for this harness. So I'm likely going to have to cut, lengthen, shorten, mount, do all sorts of things to get this harness to work in this bike. And I've also got to mount a 12-volt battery. A few challenges for me to overcome. That means I cannot get this bike started by the end of the video. I'm also missing a few parts. The big clutch nut didn't come. I got the wrong gasket, all my problem. But all this stuff, including this, means unfortunately we won't get it going. I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget, please give us a subscribe. If you're a long-time viewer, it means the world. Give me a like and send me a comment. It really helps the channel grow. See you next time.